Don't make this pie unless you're prepared to accept all the praise you're going to get from everyone who tries it. Today we're making Harrods Apple Pie. Harrods of London is one of the largest department stores in the world and the largest in Europe. It's luxurious, and over its more than 1 million square feet of retail space, they have their food halls. And the food halls have everything you can imagine, all sorts of confectionery, pastry, cakes, all sorts of foods, and this apple pie. And I'm going to make it today for the very first time. Before we get started, remember to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single delicious recipe. No time to waste. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to make is the pastry. Now this is an Italian short crust pastry. So we have flour, about 4 cups, about 1.5 cups of confectioner's sugar, powdered sugar, almond flour. All the ingredients and the measures are listed in the link you'll find in the description box, which will take you to my website, garysurbanlarder.com. So remember to check there. Cube butter that's cold, pinch of salt, and 2 eggs. So what we want to do is to get in our flour and all of our dry ingredients first into this food processor. Goes in. Flour, our confectioner's sugar, our almond flour, and I'm going to give that a good pinch of salt, about 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And to that, well, first I'm just going to pulse that together just to combine it. Maybe. Okay, we've gotten that to the crumb stage, and now what we're going to do, we want to beat our eggs, beat them well together, and we're going to add them all at once into our mixture, and then we'll just again slowly pulse the machine until it comes together, and then we'll turn it out onto our countertop, our worktop, and we're not going to knead it, but we're going to work it just a bit, and then we're going to wrap it and we'll chill it. I'll just get that eggs combined, and then they go in all at once. And we pulse. There, it's coming together. You can hear the sound change in that motor. We'll just check it. Oh, it's looking great. So I'll give it just one more pulse, and then we'll work it a little bit on the countertop. There we go. Out it comes. And we're just going to pull that together. Not kneading it, literally just pulling that together. Flatten it out a bit. And now I'll have some parchment paper that I'll use to cover it. We're going to chill it for 2 hours. Okay, we've got our parchment, and I'm not really going to roll it. Just want to flatten it a bit. And then I'm just going to fold this up, including our edges, our ends. Make it into a parcel. And this goes into chill while we make our filling. I'll take you through all of the ingredients for the filling. Of course, we've got apples. Got 2 varieties, Pink Ladies and Granny Smith. And we're going to divide those equally between the sort of apple jam we're going to make, more of a compote, and then the sliced apples for the filling, which will then mix together. But I've got apples, some lemons, which I'm going to zest and use the juice, a vanilla pod, pinch of salt, and some light brown sugar. So the first thing I need to do is I need to peel some apples. I'm going to peel and core them, and then we're going to cut them up, put half of each in our big pot to start to stew. And once that's done, and while that's cooking, we'll get started on the others. So join me in just a bit. Okay, we've peeled and cored our apples, and I'm just going to have them, and then we're going to slice these up. These are the Pink Ladies. And so you can see, done half the apples, so you can see we've peeled and cored them. And I'm just going to slice them. About 1 centimeter thick. And those are going to go into our pot along with our vanilla, good pinch of salt, all of our sugar, and the rest of the apples. And then we'll bring this covered to a boil, and then we'll reduce it uncovered to a simmer and let it reduce until we've got a compote. So I'll get finished slicing our apples. While our compote is finishing, I'm just going to make a start on the apples that gives us the texture. These apples are here to give the texture to the pie, and they're just going to get cooked together. Again, it's a mixture of Pink Ladies and Granny Smiths. We're not going to cook these down to a mush. We're just going to soften them a bit. And we're going to add some brown sugar, cinnamon, about 1 tablespoon, salt, and I'm going to zest this lemon and add the juice, which I also did to the compote. And at the very end, I'm going to add some vanilla extract. So I just go ahead and finish slicing these up, and then I'll get this on to cook. It smells wonderful in here. We have cooked our sliced apples just until there's a syrup left, almost dry. We added the vanilla at the end, and I'm just going to spread these out. I'm using a paella pan, if I don't have a big enough tray, and let those cool. And while those are cooling, we're going to add cornstarch to our compote, and we'll just mix that in and we'll cook it until it thickens up like a custard. So get that stirred in, and then we'll get that back on the heat, fairly low heat, just until it thickens up. And once everything is cool, we'll fold those together. Line our pie tin and put our pie in the oven. Okay, while the filling is cooling, now is a good time to get out our pastry. Just chilled for 2 hours, laying it on a very lightly floured surface. And we're just going to work that a bit until we can roll it. I think that's probably enough. And we're just going to roll it out so it's large enough to line our tin. Just using the warmth of my hands to make that a bit more pliable. And we start rolling it out. And it's going to be a fairly thick pastry, a little more than 1/4 inch. So what is that? A couple of centimeters. Just turning it so it doesn't stick, just makes it easier. This one, check the size. That's good. And I've got a new toy, a gadget, just to perforate our dough. And now I'm going to just set this is clean, on our dough, and take off the excess. Just use our rolling pin just to lift that up. Get that over our tin. And we just get all of that tucked in. Any little thin patches, we'll just add a little bit more of our dough. And just tuck that into the sides. Of our tin. And I'm going to chill this. There's a little thin part, and a little bit more there. And we're going to chill this until we're ready to fill it. Just pop this into the fridge. Everything has cooled, and in goes our apple compotes. What a great word, compotes. Smells great. And our sliced apples. Ooh, one for the chef. Oh, that's lovely. Beautiful flavor. So I'm just gonna mix this together. This is our filling. So now we just need our lined pastry tin. Okay, there is our lined pie tin, and I'm just going to fill it. Now that is just under 5 pounds of cooked apples. I think it's going to make a very delicious pie. I'll just smooth this out. Get that right to the edge. Now we're going to do a lattice over the top. Move these. I forgot to add our crumbled cookies. This is a shortbread cookie, which is crumbled. It's crumbs, as you can see, and it should be on the bottom of that of the tin, on top of the pastry, to soak up any excess liquid. So hopefully we won't have a disaster. I don't know. So let me think about what I'm doing here. Comes back. And I've made some leaves, which we will just arrange to decorate the top. A nice autumnal feeling for this autumn pie. The last one. Now we're going to brush this with a little beaten egg. We're going to do that twice. So let this set, and then we will brush it the second time, and we'll sprinkle it with some of our brown sugar. And then it goes into a hot oven, 200 degrees Celsius, is at 400 Fahrenheit for an hour. And we will keep an eye on it. And halfway, we will turn it in the oven so we make sure it browns evenly. So I'll just finish brushing this on. I'll just add the egg wash for the second and final time, and then just get the whole thing covered. And the last thing to do is just to sprinkle some of the brown sugar over the top. Now, what do you think? Doesn't that look just amazing? Well, we better get it in the oven. Check it at 30 minutes and we'll turn it. Into the hot oven it goes. Oh, you've got to see this. Oh, look at this. Oh. Wow. It smells and looks absolutely perfect. Well, we've got a little separation there, but I don't mind. It's very hot. Just gonna turn that just a little bit. Looks beautiful. Really looks beautiful. Well, this has to cool now completely before we can release it from the tin and slice it and taste it. For my first attempt, I have to say it's not bad. Tell me what you think. Drop a comment below. Remember to look in the description box for a link to my website where you'll find the full recipe and the method. Well, I have to say, for my first attempt, I'm pretty happy. Pie is still a little bit warm. I think I better let it cool a bit more before I try to release it from its tin. Maybe I'll try. If it goes bad, I'm blaming you, okay? It's very, very warm. Ooh. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That is just beautiful. You know, aren't you always pleased, like extra pleased, when your first attempt at a recipe goes really, really well? I don't think it could have gone any better than this. That is just absolutely gorgeous. Wow. I'll clear up a bit, let it cool just a bit more, and then we'll give it a taste. Always cleaning. I think that's good. I tend to clean as I go. I recommend it. Absolutely. Okay, well, I need a plate. And we'll cut it. I'm really excited. That's just beautiful. Oh, Michelle, if you're watching, I know you won't make it, but this is really worth the effort. It's absolutely perfect. Even the little part that came up has settled back in place. I'm very happy. Okay, I think the knife's big enough. And we'll just get a nice piece. Oh, some crust came off. Oh. This is delicious. Just the crust. Okay. Calm down, Gary. here we go. Here's our apple pie. Oh my goodness. I left a little in the... I'm licking my fingers. Okay. I think it should cool it a little longer, but I couldn't wait. So, well, it's time to taste it. Oh, that has the perfect amount of sweetness, and that compote is beautiful. And then you get the surprise of the firmness of the apple slices. They're soft, but there's still enough bite in there that you can really enjoy it. That is delicious. Can you see the apple? See the apple? I tell you, I'm going to enjoy this pie. Well, if you enjoyed today's recipe, please give us a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single delicious recipe. And finally, please share this video with your friends and help our community to grow. And if you see a hype button, please hype me. I'd appreciate it. Well, until next time, bye-bye. Oh, goodness. First time lucky.